Hi all, thank you so much for tuning in on with me for my January plan with me. For this month, again, I'm going on a very minimal theme as that's my whole year's theme. But then, just to have a small distinguishing character for each of the month, I have planned to give a color for each of the month and a small illustration on the cover page. So for this month, I'm just having a small flower leafy illustration. And again, this is totally optional for each of you. It's according to your preferences. I'm just doing this because I want to distinguish each of the months and have like a character for each of the month. At the same time, not leave this page blank with just a word. Kind of makes me feel guilty on wasting a page. So that's why I'm having this small illustration going on. About the video, I'm just going to have a very small planner for the month because most of my plannings come in the yearly planner. So this is just like a very minimal, very small planner that I'm just having to keep track of my month and how it's going. A small warning about this video is that it's going to have a lot of time skips in between, and I'm really sorry about it. It's majorly because when videoing, my head was seen in few of the scenes, so due to this I had to like cut them off and have kind of a small time skip going on here and there. I hope it doesn't bother you so much, and I hope that I improve it in the future videos too. So for my monthly calendar, I'm having a pretty adequate spaced calendar. This is majorly because I'm someone who likes to know what's going on in my life at one glance. Know my appointments, my commitments in advance because I do a lot of things at once. So due to that, I'm having like a very adequately spaced calendar that will help me to like jam in all my appointments and commitments into the small boxes there. So then you can see I'm having 3 boxes in the bottom that's dedicated to my goals, tasks and notes. Notes is just a box where I'm just going to jot down memorable days, birthdays, important days and stuff as such. The goals box is just for noting down my short-term goals, short-term tasks that I need to complete, and just have a track of what all small goals I had completed in the month that will lead me to attain the bigger goals. Lastly, my task box is where I'm just going to write down what are responsibilities I have for the month. So I'm someone with a rotating job role and the rotating responsibility role. Some days I'm a volunteer, some days I'm an artist, so I have like a lot of roles going on. So due to that, I'm having this task box where I can write down what tasks I have for each of the month, what roles I'm playing each of the month to know, like have a clear head on what to expect for the month and such. So that's that for the calendar page of the month. Next up, I'm having a gratitude tracker. I'm having this tracker just to have kind of a mindfulness going on, to track down what all things I need to be grateful for, and to look back on this page to know that there are so many things that I'm grateful for and I do not need to overthink or get anxious at times. So this is something that I'm doing to improve my mindfulness and mental well-being. So on the next page, I'm having a habit tracker, which is going to track a few of my habits, and then I'm having this thing called week 1. So basically those 3 days are the last 3 days of the week. Not the last 3 days exactly, it's the days which do not start from Monday. So in January, you can see that the month starts from Sunday. So I'm having that Sunday, and the month ends in Monday and Tuesday. So the ones that are like not in the perfect square and it's like sticking out of the calendar, I have all those days in the first page. So with that, I'm also having things learned. So this things learned is not lessons, it's things. So it's basically knowledge that I had gained and new tips or tricks I have learned. So just to keep a track of things, just to keep a track of what all new things I've learned, because I may forget them. So coming back to this page will help me get reminded of them and implement better. for my weekly planner, I'm just dividing the page into 7 and having a very minimal weekly planner. I'm not someone who's used the weekly planner to the fullest yet, but there are a few weeks last year that I had used it and felt huge benefits from them. It helps me to keep my task on track, my to-dos on track, and helps me to be more organized. But at the same time, I'm just very lazy to fill it each day, and I'd rather fill these weekly tracker in tiny sticky notes and paste them on my wall. But then I used to collect those sticky notes to know what all things I had not completed and what all things I need to do for the next day, and it often gets confusing with a lot of sticky notes in my tiny box of sticky notes. So due to that, I am going to try implementing a weekly planner so I do not have to get confused of things that I've not done yet or things I had moved to the other day. So everything is in a page, so I know what all things I've moved, what all things I've missed on, and I do not lose any of the tasks here. So because of that, I'm trying to implement a weekly planner. I'll definitely keep you updated next month whether I'll be continuing on with it or I'll just go back to my sticky note way of to-do list. So that's that for my weekly planner, a very simple minimal thing. I have left very small space because I'm just trying them out, but then if they work out great, maybe from next month onwards I might dedicate 2 pages for 1 week. So now finally I'm having a January recap page. I'm majorly having this to have an overview about the month, and when we are reaching end of 2023, I would like to look back on each month and have meaning for each of the month. So 2022, when I think of January or February, I do not have anything in my mind. I don't remember what I did on those months. I don't remember what kind of memories I had. Maybe if I think deeper, I'll recall them, but when suddenly thinking of them, I cannot get anything on my mind. So because of that, next year I want to make each of the month memorable. I want to know what I did each of the month, what kind of a person I was each of the month. So because of that, I'm having a January recap. So with this, I am wrapping up my January plan with me. So lastly, here we are for the final flip through of January. Thank you so much for tuning on and staying till the very end of the video through all the time skips that I had in the between. Thank you so much, and I hope that the January plan with me is of use to you and you also have a very productive and joyful January. Thank you. Goodbye.